Well, hello, welcome to Always the Wild Ones. If it's your first time here, hello. My name's Vanessa Lee. I'll be showing you all my star plants of the month that have just captured my attention, and I will be excluding the ones that I'm always drawn to. So the obvious will not be on the list. You will not get to see my philodendron lemon lime or my philodendron gloriosum. Who else? You won't be seeing my Hoya Australis Lisa, and my Streptocarpus will not be on the list, but they are still all my favourites. I absolutely adore them. These are the plants that really have been showstoppers this month, and I want to show them to you, and I'm going to do that right now. So let's turn the camera around and I will show you what I got. All right, see you on the other side. Okay, so the first plant on my list is my Anthurium doriaci. Check her out. Isn't she just doing the most? This is her brand new leaf. And this plant was living in a propagation box for the longest time since I've had it. She came as a little seedling with tiny little leaves, and I've lost every single one of those original leaves, but so all of this has been grown in my home, in my care. And I took her out of the propagation box and she gave me this, and it's just like such a true doriaci kind of leaf. I was concerned that I wasn't, for the longest time I actually was unsure of this plant because the leaves kind of looked more like that, which looks much more like maybe a crystallinum silver blush or something along those lines. But I put this photo on Instagram and several Indonesian sellers confirmed for me that this was in fact a doriaci. And to be honest, I didn't know what a doriaci was, and I was a little disappointed because I thought what I was getting was a crystalline silver blush. But now that I know the doriaci and the super round leaves and the overlapping sinus is trademark, and I just love it. I love this just different shape of leaf, really. It really is. And I'm hoping I'm not giving her too much light. I might push her back actually, because that does seem a little harsh. I might put her maybe a bit further back. But yeah, oh, so proud, so proud. She has made this month's star plant, and well deserved, I believe. Next, a plant that I never thought would make the list is my Begonia maculata, which I've had for at least a year, I would say. And I have struggled desperately with leaves going brown at the ends and leaves falling off as well. Often I would wake up and come and find this plant with 2 leaves on the floor at a time, each time, you know, like that kind of 2 wings would just fall off. And oh my gosh, it was just so frustrating. This plant really made me feel like begonias didn't want to live here with me. I was taking it a little personal. No. Yeah, I really just felt maybe the environment wasn't correct, which I still believe it isn't. I mean, this is meant to be one of the easiest begonias, and yes, I've struggled, so I would imagine that the others would need some sort of cabinet or, you know, constant high humidity basically. But I discovered, after having to chop up this plant, I put some in sphagnum moss, some in water, and both of them thrived outside of the box in that kind of situation. Actually, no, the sphagnum moss one was in the box, so I didn't know, I was unaware. But I could tell that it was then too moist, so took her out of the box and it survived. So I put the whole plant now in pure sphagnum moss. There's a reservoir of water at the bottom, which I try and keep at least halfway full all the time, especially with the humidity as it is. It's shockingly low right now. And oh my gosh, I'm just so pleased that I've got a plant like this with such interesting design. You know, the dot is not anywhere else. Well, I suppose the Maranta almost has a bit of a dot, but there's nothing quite like that in my collection. So I'm so, so proud. And yes, she's the star. You made it. Number 2 on the list. I'm not really doing this in any particular order. It's just that they're close to one another. Okay, so let's move on to the next plant, which is a new one. It's new to the collection, but I was super excited when I received this plant. And she's currently in a very, I mean, there is similitudes upon in there. It's predominantly perlite because I'm still propagating really, but she's definitely at a stage where I can repot. The roots are looking gorgeous, and check out these leaves. Did I tell you the name of this plant? I don't think I did. It's the Hoya Rotundiflora, and I just love these rectangular leaves, very unusual, with a very slight fluffy, I don't know if you can see that. Always trying to show off this fluff. And yeah, I absolutely love her. I can't wait to get some new leaves and see her in her fullness. But oh, so proud. Yeah, quite an unusual Hoya, because actually to the touch she doesn't feel fluffy. She's super glossy, and that is definitely something that really draws the eye to her. And yeah, the shape, just everything. She's very, very cool and has been so easy. I mean, out of all of them, I received 7 Hoyas from a plant swap. This is one of them. And this one most definitely rooted up very quickly compared to some of the others. So if you don't have this Hoya, and if you do get a cutting or you plan to buy one, I would go for it. Very quick, very, very quick to root up. Happy. Anyway, that's that one. I could stare at that. Oh, I could stare at her forever. Let's put her back. Okay, I actually need to go into the hallway and grab the next plants. So let me turn the camera off for a moment. So I've decided to bring this one in from where it normally lives. I will show you exactly where it is placed, just so you get an idea of what kind of lighting it gets. But I just wanted to show you this Echeveria. I'm not sure how to pronounce the second part. I think it's laui or laui. I'll put the name up. But look what she's done. She has flowered, and oh my gosh, she is just a gorgeous little thing. And look at the pups. I'm very proud of this plant, and I'm almost tempted to get some more of these, but in different, you know, the different types of the Echeveria, and just do a full-on cluster and just actually remove the starfish and this one and just allow them to grow really big and tall. This is one of the plants that I've owned the longest, actually. I've had this plant since 2019, and yeah, I just moved back from Cape Town, so yeah, it was kind of like one of those plants that really made my home feel like home. And I just can't believe these flowers. Aren't they just the most adorable? So this is where she lives. And then the next one I want to show you is this guy. She's fairly new also. This is a Ripsalis Safari or Shafari. And I put her in this vessel, but I will be changing her into a larger vessel because she's been growing like a beast. And I'm just obsessed with her. She's a jungle cactus. I'm still mastering the whole watering thing, but I think I'm getting there. So yeah, I will give you some more updates. She is fairly new. So yeah, here she is. Isn't she gorgeous? Oh, I'm obsessed. Yeah, I really love this one. I mean, I think not everyone's going to love this plant, but for some odd reason, she has captured my heart. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how big she's going to get during the summer. Okay, so the next plant I want to show you is my Monstera adansonii, and we are finally getting along. I can't believe it. I have been to hell and back with this plant, and yeah, it's been a real learning curve. I've had her in soil, on a moss pole. I've taken her off the moss pole. I've had her in pond in a much sunnier space, and all I was getting was yellowing leaves, and then that just kind of left lots of bare areas on the stems. So I hacked up this whole plant and repropagated the whole thing in water and put it directly into pond. And since she's been in this area, sorry, I'm just staring at her in one place, but since she's been in this area, she is loving life. What I've discovered about this plant is she does not like being with other plants. She likes to be on her own. I don't know if your plant is the same, let me know. And look at the length. Oh, I'm really enjoying her now. I recently actually put 2 of my marantas either side of this plant, and within a couple of days we got this yellowing leaf. So the marantas are now living somewhere else. And this one has prime location all on her own. The light is generally like this, which is kind of like a medium light. She's getting no direct sun at all, but yeah, she seems very, very happy. I absolutely adore the leaves. I don't have anything else in my collection with this really crazy fenestration. The holes in the leaves are really quite unique, and I'm just really pleased that we're getting along. I'm so happy. And we've got new leaves coming. Sometimes they try and like strangle themselves or whatever. She hasn't done that in a while actually, but you'll find one kind of poking through the holes of another, and then it can't properly unfurl. So you do kind of need to keep an eye on this plant. And then with watering, what I've found is that, so she has this reservoir of water. It's completely empty. It has been empty for maybe 2 days. I generally just water her like you would a normal plant, like just kind of forget about the fact that there aren't any drainage holes. I don't go too crazy. I do keep an eye on whether it goes past the leca balls. Oh, that's not focusing. There we go. Yeah, if it goes past the, I do not want it to go past those leca balls, although there are roots, as you can see, going right down into those leca balls. And then I just let her dry out. I don't top up that reservoir. I just leave it alone and just allow her to have a bit of a fast. She has a moment of fasting, maybe 2 or 3 days, and then I will water her again. And yeah, love her. Right, what's next? She is number 7 on the list, and it's the fascinator that's fascinating me the most. Look at her. She is in lechuza pond also. I have put her in a much bigger pot because where I had her in a very narrow pot before, And yeah, I just decided, I don't know, the plant wasn't happy. So I decided to put her in something bigger. And I mean, look at the roots. Oh, just crazy. And it means I can leave a nice little reservoir of water at the bottom for this thirsty collection of Marantas. I'm loving all of them, to be honest. I've suddenly I'm loving all three of them, actually. They're just, I know. But this one, oh, look at her. Oh, check that print out in her little jungle pot. I actually quite like her in this pot. Yeah, the leaf is a beautiful textile design, which I found this plant in Kew Gardens many years ago when I was studying textile design. And yeah, I actually designed a print based on this beautiful plant. And at the time I didn't even know it was a plant that you could buy and have in your home. I really just thought, I don't know, went to Kew Gardens and just, there was no way that I thought you would be able to take this home. Well, obviously not from Kew Gardens, but that you could have a plant like this in your home. So look at her. Oh, I have a little bit of Kew Gardens here, really. I must go again soon actually and see what kind of sizes the leaves are looking like. But yeah, she is a star, well deserved as well. And I'm just pleased that all she needed was a bigger pot, and I did the same for the others. So they're all in much wider pots. This one's actually in soil. But yeah, let's end it here with this beautiful plant. Look at her. Okay, say goodbye, guys. So I thought I'd bring along my Begonia Immaculata to say goodbye. And I hope that you enjoyed my 7 stars of the month. If you share the same ones, do let me know. Put those in the comments down below. Let me know what your top stars of the month were, if you share the same. Have a fabulous, fabulous week. If you enjoyed the video, do leave me a thumbs up. That really helps me with the algorithm. And if it's your first time here, hit that subscribe button. I'd love to see you here again. The more, the merrier. And yeah, until next time, bye.